when we apply heat, the iron ring usually expands, and when we apply cool water, it starts to contract. In a spade, we know that there is a metal rim and a wooden handle. And how do we fix it? In metal rim, when we apply the heat, it expands. And usually the wooden handle will be bit larger than the iron rim. So when it enlarges, the wooden handle will be inserted in the iron rim, and we apply little cool water, the contract. So the contraction, expansion and contraction takes place. So this is the way which we fix
wooden handle in an iron rim. So once again, let me explain how do we fix a wooden handle in an iron rim. To fix the handle, the ring is heated and it becomes slightly larger and expand. Then the handle easily fit into the ring. When the ring cools down, it contracts and fit tightly in the handle. Usually, all the metals expands on heating and contracts on cooling. This is an irreversible change. Children, do you have any idea how do we fix a cartwheel with a metal rim? Or why we heat a metal rim before being fixed in a cartwheel? We know that metal rim expands on heating and contracts on cooling. Here the metallic rim is slightly smaller in diameter than the wheel. So on heating, the rim expands and can easily lie on the wheels. When the rim cools, it contracts and presses tightly onto the wheels. This is why the iron rims are heated before being fixed in a cartwheel. Children, did you ever visit a railway station? If you observe the railway track, you can see small gaps left in between rails. Do you know what is the reason for that? We know that metals expand on heating. During summer season, it will be very hot, right? So at the same time, the heat is generated by the friction caused by running of train. So it leads to the expansion of rails. If there is no gap between the rails, it starts to bend to accommodate the increased length of the rail. This will make the railway unfit for running of train. So the gap between the rails compensate the expansion and contraction during hot and cold season. I hope the concept is clear to you. That is, all the metals expand on heating and contracts on cooling. So it is a reversible change.
Children, now let's see burning of a candle, whether it is a physical change or a chemical change. Burning of candle comes under physical change or chemical change. Any idea? Actually, burning of candle comes under both physical and chemical change. When a candle burns, both physical change and chemical change takes place. How it become a physical change? Let's see. See, I am going to heat the solid wax.
See, when I heat the solid wax, what happens? The solid changes into liquid. You can see the solid changes into liquid. Then when we cool, it solidifies. So the change took place from solid to a liquid. Okay, and the liquid to solid. Here no new substances are formed. So it comes under a physical change. Okay, here there is no new substances. Okay, here solid candle changes into liquid candle, and when it solidifies or when it cools, it again changes into solid. So there is no new substances are formed in this case. So it comes under physical change. And what about here? What about here? The wax which is very near to the flame burns along with the wick and forms a new substance. Here not only a single substance, here heat produced, light produced, and carbon dioxide. Here you can see carbon dioxide. Here we can see the formation of new substance. Along with that, soot also formed. Here you can see the soot also. So many new substances are formed here. Heat, light, carbon dioxide and soot. So here the formation of new substances occurred. So this comes under a chemical change. So in conclusion, we can see that burning of candle shows both physical and chemical changes. I hope the concept is clear to you.